Hello, everybody. I hope you all are having an amazing evening. We are Team InnovAItors with an AI in the middle. So the team members, me, Raksha, Smriti, and Vineet Kiran. So before we go ahead with explaining what product we've actually designed for you, we just want to show a small skit, and this is kind of based on a true story. So the premise of the story begins with me. I'm a salesperson. I'm trying to gather requirements from my client, and I'm getting on my discovery phase call with the client. And Smriti happens to be my client. So let's get started. Hi, Smriti. How are you doing?
Hi Raksha, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good too.
How's the weather in Bangalore?
Unpredictable as always. How is the weather where you stay?
It's cool. It's nice.
So tell me a bit about your requirement and what you want from us. What do you want to get designed from us?
Okay, so I had a quick discussion with my team yesterday, and I have gathered few insights on what I really want. So the thing is, we are trying to, build an app for an e-commerce for designer clothes. So I want the application to work everywhere. It has to be amazing. It has to be spectacular, world-class product, and it should have the latest technology and modern things.
Okay. I think I got your requirement. Can you tell me when you want this product to be ready?
Actually, I want it ASAP, maybe yesterday.
Okay. That's very convenient. Thank you. Okay. Let me talk to my designer and get back to you and get you the final product.
Sure, that works.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now I have to convey this to my designer. Okay. Hi Vineet, how are you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I'm not so great. I actually was just on a call with the client and she wants the designs yesterday.
Oh,
And with the time crunch that we have, the SOWs, I have to make the estimations. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible.
but the client requested it yesterday.
Yeah, it's very yeah, I don't know how to solve this because there's a lot of time crunch, and I wish there was an application that did all of this in like one touch. And that's exactly what we have tried to design for you. So the product that we're trying to pitch today is actually an organizational tool. It's called MeetPro AI, as you can see, and description is that it's more than just summaries. So we know that this issue everybody faces, like marketing team faces, BAs face it, designers face it, developers face it, that there's a lot of time crunch in projects and there's no one particular tool that can have everything ready right after the discovery phase. So it's a very big challenge, and some of the other major challenges, I think Smriti will explain about it.
Yeah. So the basic thing, it starts from managing multiple iterations. Even though, let's say, we know that 80% of the projects, they may have generic things. Most of them, the login, the sign up, or maybe the user authentication, those things will be there. But I'm sure, just like how, we designers, we have some references instead of starting something from scratch. Even the other teams also have a template for some things, or they can do it. But it's always to iterate on that again and again can be time consuming, which is a big challenge. And then other thing is that optimizing time management, again, like I said, starting from scratch itself takes a lot of time. So that is one thing. Another other thing is that enhancing real time awareness. So staying updated with the key terms and changes that can happen within the, while I'm having a call, is also a big challenge if I am not really, come from that domain.
Okay. Most of the times the features are very recurring and generic. By improving automation, we could reduce we can speed up the process and also reduce the time that is taken. So for that, we've come up with this product called MeetPro AI. So what is MeetPro AI? So it is a AI-powered meeting platform designed mostly for corporate. It's not like individuals can't use it. Individuals can also use it. Yeah, but it's basically designed for seamless business collaboration. It enhances virtual meeting with advanced AI capabilities, making decisions more productive and actionable.
So talking about the features, here are some of the AI, features that we have tried to, implement in our platform. One is the very first important thing is the real-time definition and generation of voice to text. So most of the times, whenever we have a call with our client or maybe within internally, we record the calls, we, generate transcripts, everything will be there. But what if, let's say, some of the times, if I'm not aware of certain words, if it doesn't fit to my domain, I may have to like Google back and forth, or I have to, if I know, I mean, I have faced this in my own project itself. Like currently, I'm the project that I work. So what happens is that if it is like too much into technical, I may not be able to like understand it, and I may have questions again after it. So instead of going back and forth, like based on your last call I had this doubt, and then asking them later, maybe if the AI can help us to generate real time definition of the the things that maybe whoever the person is speaking. So that is one thing we try to integrate, and then using AI meeting insights to generate feature listing and product estimation. Of course, this is a very, we may have put it all together here, but the thing is, if we implement, those things based on just like, how our AI uses real-time definition, based on those keywords, maybe we can, generate something as a drafted version instead of, doing it from the scratch. And then using AI meetings to, create a scope of it. Again, we may use templates for this, but going back to the real-time definition thing, we can definitely maybe generate the SOWs, automated meetings. Again, we might have seen after every call, it will be sent to them instead of a person sending to the client. It would be better, AI does it. Of course, it may not be 100% accurate, but we can still, as AI proceeds to generate, we can do that. And then keyword identification and voice translation. Of course, if it has to do that in real time, it should have that keyword identification and voice translation, so that some people may have, as an Indian, I might have a different English accent. As a foreigner, they might have a different English accent. Of course, this have been implemented in the market, but yeah, this is also we try to design. So yeah, over to you.
So I know, front row, you have your reservations about this. I understand. There are platforms which already do this. There are platforms like Read AI, Zoom AI, which already have all of this as separate features, as individual features. And we also had like a small discussion with the previous team about what they're doing with DocuForge and all of that. But let me tell you, when we did our research, we didn't find anything which, any platform which actually culminated all of this and catered to something very specific as feature listing or as SOW, uh, especially considering that you are on the meeting with the client, and let's say you're talking about something like Claude AI, and you're like, you're in the middle of the meeting, you're trying to search for a particular link, you're like, okay, let me just share my screen, let me look it up, let me show you. Instead of that, we want a platform that shows keyword indicators, they catch keywords, phrases. We will show you how we've tried to tackle this through some specific features like spotlight features and all of that, but we'll get to that. But speaking about competitors in the market, nobody is doing all of these together. There is no particular platform. We have Jira AI, which like takes in all your meeting transcripts and all of that, it puts it separately, but that, all of that happens after the meeting. Even here it's happening after the meeting, but there's no real time feedback that is coming in. Like there's no voice translations, all of that in one single tool. I would like to specify that word, one single tool. So yeah, moving on, we have the feature that I was talking about, which is keyword identifier. So how we've visualized this product is that this keyword identifier is a widget. It's going to be on your meeting. It's going to be at the side. It will not interrupt or disrupt your meeting discussions. It will keep giving real time feedback about discussions that are happening on the call, but it will not distract the user. This we have done so that when I encounter a term within the meeting, that is confusing to me, or let's say I'm not able to find the link of a particular product that the client just mentioned, then I can always go to the keyword identifier and I can figure out what are the keywords that were addressed during this call. And there's also a timestamp that lets me know that when, at what point in the meeting this was discussed. So it's easier for me to identify that particular term. And then we have meeting insights. Of course, there are platforms which are doing this, but we are showing a better, in a more user-friendly way, how these insights can be shown, and tools that you can enable before and after the meeting. Basically, your data heavily relies on transcripts that are coming in from the meeting. So it's going to take all of your discussions, and based on that, it's going to show you insights like participation, contribution, and we'll get to all of the detailed features later. But yeah.
Yeah, talking about the next feature, generate a feature listing. So like I said before, even though we may have templates before, just to give an example, we even today in Figma, we have that, AI to generate the basic draft. Of course, we all know that it is not accurate, but it still has things in auto layout, which helps us get started. Instead of not having anything at all, it's always better to, maybe AI may not be accurate, but still, it's always good to have something generated for us so that we can, sit and, do things and change those things. So it's generating feature listing is also really helps the person doing that job. And then minutes of meeting. Like I said, instead we may have reports generated after the meeting, and then us actually sending it to the client. We can also maybe in our tool, what we have tried to design is automate that, so that of course when we create a meeting, we will have those client mail IDs, which we can consider as a, like how Raksha mentioned, as a spotlight, and that whoever we select it as a spotlight, those minutes of meeting can automatically go to them, and yeah, that's how we can automate.
Okay, so next we have transcript of the meeting. So with all the other AI features that is available on the platform, this is just an addition to what the platform can provide. So the platform will be able to provide the transcript of the meeting because that's the base on which the AI is able to generate a lot of other data. So yeah, you will be able to see the transcript of the meeting. Then we have another feature called voice translator. So consider a scenario where your client might not understand a particular language, or there is a language barrier. So what this feature will enable you to do is understanding the live conversation that is happening. It will convert it directly to a different language that of your choice, and also enable users to read it at that same point of time. So similar to how captions work, but with a different language altogether. So we have a few design screens that we want to showcase.
Yeah, so before we go to designs, I also want to address that, there was a point raised earlier with accents, different, languages spoken by different people in different countries. We already have platforms like Alexa from Amazon. We have Siri from, Apple. There are data sets which can be used to train your product. There are data sets of people with different accents all throughout different countries all over the world, and using you could say that it would be cost heavy on your product, but I think on the long term, when you think about it, if you're using these models to train your data set and to train your AI model, I think this product could be successful in terms of identifying accents, in terms of translating translating different languages and all. So we'd like to just show a little bit of our design that we've made. Nothing too fancy. We have this is basically the starting screen where you will be able to create new meetings or just start an instant meeting. You'll have to obviously enable your microphone and your camera, all these permissions, and then we have like a basic meeting interface where you'll have all of these widgets at the side. These are all active widgets. Like if you want a live transcript, or you want like a description or a keyword identifier, and then you want like a translator, so you can enable and disable widgets right before you start the meeting. Yeah, like we said, there's AI note taker, which is not which is not distracting the users right on the go. It's at the side. You can view it when you need it, when you are in confusion, when you want to see something. And also these SOW makers, or statement of work makers, these are all, you can enable them or toggle them on while you're in the meeting, so that when your meeting ends, you will receive a overall report of your what you requested for, either through mail or even within the platform. Yeah, we have in-app messages and all of that. And yeah, I think this is how the design would look. And we also, as a future, I mean, we'll talk about future integrations later, but we are planning on integrating this in the future with like Google Calendar, Zoom, all these app integrations are possible. So yeah, coming back.
Okay, so proof of concept. So how are we approaching to achieve this? So speech to text is by live transcriptions, OpenAI Whisper APIs, and Google Meet API. Real-time keyword extractions, which is a traditional NLP based keyword extraction. Definition generation, which is by an LLM integration, which could be either OpenAI's ChatGPT, and time estimation for project scope might be through machine learning regression model.
So yeah, talking about the business model, how a revenue can be generated through this is, first thing, definitely the subscription-based models. We can offer the free, premium, and other subscriptions. And then apart from that, we can also offer a pay-per-use model. All the companies, if you think from future perspective, may not use the all the features they want. They can just pay for the feature they wish to have, and they can use that. And also enterprise licensing, just like how we have it on Figma. If you are just a small company, maybe 0 to 50, you have a different plan, 100 to 500, a different plan. We can implement that as well. And then API based revenue model, if we build a unique API, where our key performance indicator is actually generating definitions in real time, that would be a unique API that we can also sell it to different companies, which can generate revenue through that.
Yeah, talking about the future scope of this product, I think definitely like a role-specific meeting insight. So, for example, if based on who is using this product, let's say what purpose they're using this product for. Is a BA using it? Are you using it just for like a casual conversation? So it's very role specific and very requirement specific. Your meeting agenda needs to be specified beforehand. So that's something that we were thinking of for a future scope. And industry specific customization, again, it's the same thing. If you're talking about something which is business related, or are you talking about something which is just I don't know, design related. So based on the type of industry that you want to cater that specific output of that meeting to, that's a future scope that we're thinking of for this product. Deep integration and enterprise software, again, these are very complicated concepts, like integration with Jira, making Kanban boards based on the transcript that you've got. These all require a lot of like permissions and a lot of like back and forth with actual product owners. So but these are things that we are like hoping and aspiring for this product to be in the future. Although it may seem like a lot, we just like to say that we've seen these problems real time, like like time crunch, lot of repeated features mentioned in EB sometimes, like it's not and also we have to empathize with the sales teams, the BA teams, the designers, who are all trying to come together as a team to make this happen. But the problem is that sometimes SOWs, estimates, all of them happen at different timelines with different people. And we just want to bridge that gap where you are able to provide a single point of truth. That's not to say that these EBs or these estimations or SOWs will not have manual intervention. Obviously, after your reports are generated, after your Excel sheets are generated, you will have to review them as a BA or a salesperson or a designer. But we just want to provide one single point of truth for all of your meeting insights, culminate them, give you an output, so that you don't have to go through meeting recordings. You don't have to repeatedly go back to a particular term that was at that particular timestamp, which you didn't even know that the client spoke that. So all of these things bridge the gap, and we're trying to solve that. So I hope it was helpful. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.